Mr. Pinky here, Chad, has asked how to hit a knockdown shot. So that's one of those that we'll go over, and we'll do some demos here, maybe after we get back from out on the golf course. But what do you think? What's your, think of the cause and effect of what you're trying to do. Knockdown shot's going to do what?
Keep it low.
Keep it low for how long?
Most of it. I mean, it's
Right.
not trying to get it really up high.
Right. So I think the knockdown shot comes from two different places in what I'm trying to do. Knock down into the wind or knock down to keep it low under branches. And I think there's a difference.
Okay.
Because the knockdown, when I'm trying to hit it dead into the wind, I'm just trying to flight the golf ball, so I'm not blowing it up in the air, letting the spin take over and shorten the flight. So I'm trying to flight the golf ball lower to just stay lower in the wind as more of a boring trajectory. But in both cases, where's the golf ball have to be?
A little more back.
Probably a little more back, because you're going to get maybe that club face a little more, not shut, not hooded, but you may have your hands a little bit more in front, so you're de-lofting it. The reason I say not shut, not hooded is because you don't want either of those to happen, because the miss, I think, with a knockdown, for me, is a pull. So I get through that, and all I do is I end up like this, and it goes that left. So guarding against that, moving the ball back 2 balls in your stance from normal, and then smooth the golf ball. Try that first. And that's one, I mean, I think that's one version, like I said, one version of a knockdown. It's not necessarily what I would do for all knockdowns. I wouldn't hit that shot, John, for a knockdown. I mean, it worked, but
Still a full swing, or?
I don't take a full swing. In my thought, I feel like I'm taking like 3/4 of a swing. And if I'm hitting a knockdown from the middle of the fairway into the wind, I take 1 more club because of that. So I'm flighting the ball lower just based on the loft, and I've moved the ball back. But I have to guard against left, so I have to make sure that I finish. I can't decel. Good. I know it's not super low, but it's lower than you had, and it held its head. I mean, it didn't move. That was kind of a frozen rope out there. If that was your target, it's good.
Okay.
Now you got to dial in yardage.
Gotcha.
How about you guys? You guys got any thoughts of some shots we need to hit out there on the golf course? Anything you've been, Troyski? Anything?
Behind trees a lot.
Behind trees. I figured behind trees is always a good.
Old, punch shot with some distance.
Okay. Well, and picking the lesser of 2 evils as far as not trying to hit the miracle shot.
I suppose.
Well, especially when it's not a practice shot. I mean, you don't come out here and have an ability to practice miracle shots on the driving range.
Right.
So you don't have a lot of experience in executing a miracle shot. It's hard to say, okay, this one time I'm going to hit the perfect shot that I've never practiced. Tough to do. On the flip side, I think that's a reason that people have such an issue with a lob wedge. Is how many times do you hit a lob wedge from just a standard flat regular lie? You don't. You're hitting it from behind a tree, or you're hitting it from some sort of nasty lie, and people get kind of a negative connotation with a lob wedge. So I want to have somebody that wants to put a lob wedge into their bag have some experience in a stock regular golf swing. So in practice, hitting that golf club from just regular flat lies, to gain some experience and confidence with the golf club before you go out there trying to, do the impossible.